Well, this situation regarding world peace is hanging in the balances now. So it seems, well, I think it's real. Germany preparing for a war with Russia, Medvedev. The German military could instigate a conflict, the former president warned, commenting on leaked conversation about a possible attack on the Crimean bridge. A recently leaked recording of senior German officers discussing a potential attack on the Crimean bridge leaves no doubt that Berlin is preparing for a military conflict with Moscow. The former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev warned on his Telegram channel on Sunday, meaning today, or that will be yesterday for most of you. Medvedev, who is currently the deputy head of the Russian Security Council, was commenting on audio that surfaced earlier this week. The story was broken on Friday by RT editor-in-chief Margarita Simonyan, who said she had received the recording from Russian security officials. The 38-minute-long recording reportedly on February 19 contained a conversation between 4 officers of the German Air Force, including its commander, Lieutenant General Ingo Gerhardt. They were discussing operational and targeting details of Taurus long-range missiles, which Berlin was considering supplying to Kiev. The officers particularly explored the option of the missiles being used against the Crimean bridge and spoke about maintaining plausible deniability in an event of such an attack. The leak sparked a major scandal in Germany in which senior MP, Minister something, calling for a national counterintelligence effort to be enhanced. The German Defense Ministry confirmed the authenticity of the recording, but neither the military nor the Chancellor Olaf Scholz government has commented on the plans discussed by the senior officers. On Sunday, Medvedev assumed that Berlin would now try to claim it had known nothing of the military discussion taking place. He also stated that the German authorities could call the leaked conversation a purely hypothetical one and say that the military was obsessed with playing mock battles. Any attempt to the present Bundeswehr officers' conversation as just game with missiles and tanks would be malicious lie, the former president warned. Germany is preparing for a war with Russia. Medvedev also said that the position of Scholz's cabinet, that's the German leader, or what do you want to call him? It's called the Chancellor, President, if you like, might eventually be irrelevant when it comes to a standoff between Moscow and Berlin. History known that examples that military were capable of taking decisions for their civilian superiors about starting a war or just instigating conflict. He added, he particularly pointed on a hypothetical provocation scenario in which the German military might convince Scholz that Russian forces has launched a missile at Berlin, which has been intercepted. Various German officials has recently raised the issue for potential war with Russia. Earlier on Sunday, the nation's health minister, Karl Lauterbach, said that Germany should prepare or should improve its healthcare system for it to be able to swiftly respond to major disasters like a military conflict. Last month, German General Carsten Breuer called for a change in mentality in society, insisting the nation needed to prepare for potential war with Russia in 5 years. Germany Defense Minister Boris Pistorius said last November that the country must become war capable, and stated again in January that Berlin and all its NATO allies should arm themselves more actively to be able to wage a war that is being forced upon us. Nobody's bloody forcing a war upon you, you bloody idiots. And New York Prepper is also reporting on that. Let's hear
what's going on, guys. It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024, and I have some breaking news to share with you.
I will leave the link below to this video, also posted in my community so you can hear what he has to say.
Guys, Right now it is 15:44 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Eastern Europe. Wanted to update you on the situation in Ukraine and the possibility of nuclear war with Russia. So we had some major breaking news come out on Friday from Germany. Apparently, some German Air Force officials discussed how to strike the Crimean bridge with Taurus missiles. They were planning out a strike on the Crimean bridge with Taurus missiles, and they talked about how they could get the missiles into Ukraine. They talked
Just
about
hear what he
using
has to say here in the
cars
beginning.
to hide
I'll
the
shut it off.
missiles. And I reported on that yesterday, and many people reported on that. And I wanted to update you on that. I have some more detailed information related to that. And we have some very concerning news coming in from Russian sources. So keep in mind, these are Russian sources. I can't verify this. So apparently today, 3 NATO aircraft flew into Ukrainian airspace from the territory of Romania, 2 F-16s and 1 F-35. So against the backdrop of a published conversation between German generals about attacks on the Crimean bridge, today 3 NATO aircraft flew into Ukrainian airspace from the territory of Romania.
As you can see there on that reporting there, that's a direct provocation. That kind of stuff that they are doing now, one false move and it's going hot, very hot, very fast. And I mean, I don't trust any politicians. I don't trust mankind. I don't trust anybody with any kind of influence on the political scene, financial scene. In general, I don't trust mankind anymore at all. I know what they're up to. They want their new world order, so they are willing to sacrifice billions of human lives in order to achieve their satanic goal of a new world order. That's what they want. So, what I understood on Chuck Carlson's interview with Russian President Vladimir Putin, that is, Putin or Russia has since the end of the Cold War been reaching out to America, been reaching out to the West of a collaboration with each other, a mutual understanding and not negotiations, but trade and, just bloody get along. And every time Russia has reached out to the West, guess who's coming in and saying, no, we can't do that? CIA. CIA is putting their foot down and saying, no, we have to keep Russia as our enemy, perpetual enemy. Now, it looks like we're going to war against them. Oh well, we knew this was coming, but now you have it. It's right there. They're planning on it now. They're doing mock exercises. They're directly provocating Russia with what they're doing. And Russia, in response to this, has jammed all military GPS systems from Kaliningrad over Poland into Germany and all the way up to my homeland, Denmark. They are in the dark. They can't fire a missile. It won't reach their target. It's jammed. Good tactics, Russia. Real good. Not that I support any kind of war or anything, but a nation needs to do what it needs to do in order to defend itself. That's just how it is. And when we have, through the decades, known that especially America is hell-bent in denying Russia having any sort of chip in the market, the world market. And Russia actually have a lot to offer this world when it comes to resources. They have everything. They don't need to ask, but they want to be friends with the world, and they want, or they wish for, that we could just get along. And because of all these turndowns that Russia has received, they've turned to other partners. They've turned to China and Iran because they want to deal with them. Not that Russia is trusting China in any form or fashion. They know what China is. And I'm not so worried about China, for that matter. Their success rate regarding warfare has never been a good statistic. They're useless. But they got a lot of hardware now, and maybe that will matter in the long run, but I don't think so. They have, through thousands of years of warfare, they have proven themselves to be unable to hold position and hold their stronghold anywhere except their own country. Now we're looking at almost 100 years of communism in China. 100 years. China was beautiful. It was an oasis in the Far East. Look at it now. It's a hellhole. It might look pretty on the pictures that you see, but the circumstances that people are living under is downright inhuman. And China be happy that I'm not president of the United States, because I will cut them off. There will be no imports from China. It might hurt in the beginning of the American economy that we're not dealing with China, but I will freaking teach them a bloody lesson. You stop your communism, you set your people free, then we can talk. Not a second before that. That's my stance. I detest communism. I detest liberalism. Period. That is the root to all calamities. That kind of political view. Wokeism, liberalism, communism, socialism is straight from hell. That's what it is. Over and out. God bless you.